So, bro, how's it? Yeah, we two surfers from Durban, and how you doing, bro? We want to talk a different topic today, Heaven's Deep Abyss. And without any further ado, let's get started, brother. So,
Okay. How's it, Andy?
cool, man.
How's it, everybody?
Cool, welcome. If you want to subscribe, you know what to do. If you like this and it intrigues you, subscribe to the channel, man. All right, brother. So we want to talk today about what's on the heart, and go for it, bro. What's on your mind? What are you feeling?
I don't know, when you talk about Heaven's Deep Abyss, what is it? What is the mystery and the mysterious things of God? And I think we're into that. We're basically tired of, just the normal. We want to go deeper. So I think it's about being deeper. There's more. I believe there's more to life than what we've heard. And we want to hear the more and the greater things.
Yeah, well, it's many times I've chatted to you, and I've come with a perspective of what we've been taught, and you give me a different version of it, which makes more sense to me, and it's more freedom. And I think what we want to actually get out there to a lot of people out there is there's freedom in knowing Jesus, and working from a different realm where you're living from heaven. You're not looking at heaven.
Yeah.
And I just feel that we need to just get it out to people that need to hear the truth, man.
I'm just getting comfortable.
Now, I said hear truth.
Yeah.
So what's your take on truth?
Truth is a big topic, and I think, when it comes to truth, you only believe what you hear. So you only got faith for what you hear. Now we all, especially Christians, you're taught in churches, most people know the word, which is awesome. So they'd say to me, hey Sheldon, faith comes by hearing. Now we know that's Romans 10:17. So you only have faith for what you heard. So when you hear something different, you don't believe it because you don't have the faith for it, because you haven't heard it. So you've got to hear something different to get a different sound and a different belief system. And if the old belief system's not working, if things aren't working, you've got to do something that works. Yeah.
No, I believe in that. And I've seen it in your life. You've been going with this whole thing for over 20 years, and you've been shunned for it, and it's not lekker. It's not nice. it's not right.
Yeah.
And they things are changing, and I just believe that we need to cling on to that, the change, the new thing what God is doing. I truly believe it. God knows all things. He's forever doing things,
and He's in us. So, like when you say, I'll just give an example. So we'll go to places and you'll hear people say, because you've been Christian for years too, and we're all brought up Christians, so we've got certain beliefs. But the Word of God says you nullify the Word of God because of your tradition. And we're so used to hearing stuff, which we got to question and say, hey, what did we hear? And did we hear it right? And what else can we hear? So for example, I'll just give you an example of we go into the new covenant, and we've heard about covenant. But a covenant actually means, what it means is, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. You do this for me, I'll do that for you. But Jesus didn't come and leave a new covenant. That's why it's actually called a New Testament. Yeah, so when you get a testament, that means He did, you get. So there's no strings attached in a testament. So when you live in a testament, you don't have to now work to get something. I'm not saying don't work, I'm saying you're at rest, because you know that the testator died and left a testament, not a covenant.
Right.
So I don't have to do anything for what He did. He just did it.
Right.
And I just get it.
Exactly. So now that's where it becomes difficult because it's like a default mechanism that we've got ingrained in us.
Yeah.
And we always seem to think that we have to do something to please God.
Yeah.
And what you're basically saying is that Jesus did that
Yeah.
to set us free, that we don't have to do anything,
Yeah.
but just believe.
Just believe. Only believe. They sang
Believe.
it back in the day. Only believe. You know.
Yeah.
So,
And one day you will get there. We're really here.
yeah, it's like they put it as, you know, one day when you get to heaven, everything's okay. But he said, let thy kingdom come in earth. You know, so if the kingdom's coming in earth, now you made from the earth, and if the kingdom comes in earth, something's got to happen in earth, inside you, in earth, to change earth.
Right.
Something's got to happen in earth for something to happen on earth. So if something happened at the cross, you know, and he died for you, and he just went into your vessel, into you, Christ in you, you know, wow. So something happened in earth, and now we change things on earth. Because creation is waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God.
Sure.
It's waiting for you to manifest and change stuff from a different realm.
Wow.
You know.
It's crazy, bro. It's really crazy. And since I've been spending a lot of time with you, bro, you know, it's definitely been, I've seen a change within me, and I believe things from a different aspect now, which is amazing. And then obviously you want to talk a little bit more about this covenant thing. I mean, I truly believe that things have changed now from
Yeah.
covenant to more relationship,
Yeah.
in a sense. So, where's the church right now?
Well, it's like, don't get me wrong, I dig the church.
Yeah.
That means I love the church. Okay, I love the church, but we've got to get something right on it, you know. It's like I go to church now, and it's like, you know, we exchange the power and the glory for the coffee and the biscuits. Yeah. What happened to the power and the glory? Let thy kingdom come, the power and glory. Thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. So it's like, you know, what was I taught? I was sold Jesus like a ticket into heaven, and now he's busy pouring eternity in, because eternity is set in your heart. So we want to stay, not go. Let that kingdom come.
Sure, it's amazing.
He's there, you're with me.
I'm with you, bro.
Is it like, you know?
Yeah.
Thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. So in heaven things are all cool. So now on earth everything must be cool. But you know, people often tell me, they say to me, hey, you know, Sean, you know, things are getting bad in earth, you know, end times, you know, and things are getting worse. Same people are the same people who speak about, you know, I know the thoughts and plans I have towards you, to prosper you and give you hope for your future. So if you've got a hope for your future, why is it going to get worse? Why is things going to get bad?
Sure. It's my favorite scripture, Jeremiah.
Is it Jeremiah 29:11?
Yeah, it's crazy good, and it's something to hold on to, you know. And I think that's where people are right now, you know. Is that people are struggling. People are there's so much anxiety around, and fear and disbelief.
Yeah.
Even they may be sitting in a church environment, but
So-
there's disbelief.
Yeah, it goes to what you've heard. So you've heard covenant, you've heard that, you know, I got to do something to get something, you know, because that's just the way we're brought up. You go to school, you do something good, you get a gold star, you know. You do something bad, you get caned, you get jacked, you get shouted at.
Yeah.
But you do something good, you get. So we're brought up in a system that's taught do to get, you know. But what that creates is you've got to work harder to get further. You've got to strive. What comes upon you is depression, anxiety. All these things come upon you with that striving.
Yeah.
But the word says that only thing you need to strive to is enter His rest. So when I received Christ, you receive the person of Jesus Christ. So you already have peace. You receive peace. You receive love. You receive joy. You received everything. Patience. You received all that. That's what you have. So you don't operate from fear, but from what you have.
So you're more receiving from rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we've now got to get to that stage where we actually just
Yeah. Ruah. You breathe out. And when you breathe out, you're supposed to breathe out Christ. You're supposed to breathe out the glory. Wherever you go, the glory is supposed to follow. The glory is supposed to be attached to the glory realm all the time.
Yeah.
It's constant. It's not about what you do wrong or what you did wrong or right. It's about what He did right.
Yes.
And you step into that, suddenly you're no longer looking at, the knowledge of good and evil, the tree of good and evil, or what's right and what's wrong, because you know He did it right, and because He did it right, wow, you're in that, you're in Him.
It's radical, but it's
so that's the basics.
Yes.
That's the basics.
Yeah.
That we.
So actually, what you want to do, we just want to sort of lay a foundation of where we're coming from, because we want to talk about heaven, and what is heaven, and where is heaven, and the deep abyss of heaven. Now, people will take it in the wrong context because they think abyss is a bad thing.
Yeah.
But heaven is so deep. It's so deep, and that's what we want to start. This channel is all about, is stepping into a deeper relationship.
Yeah. And I think you touch on like the mystery of Christ. So mysteries are like things we don't know. It's you want to get into the mysteries of Christ. It's easy to believe something that you've known because you've been taught it, because you had faith for it, because you heard it, because somebody preached it, you heard it. So faith comes by hearing. So it's easy to have faith for what you know. But what about those things that we don't know? Because it says, the word also says this, it says, it's the glory of God to conceal the matter, but the glory of kings to search it out. So we need to search out the mysteries of God, and that's what we're doing. We're searching out things, the deepness of God. That's why we call it heaven's deep abyss. There's a deepness. There's stuff there that is just awesome. That'll just but we need to just change our mindset and realize that you live in heaven.
Yes.
And you're operating from heaven.
You're not begging.
You're not begging.
You're not begging.
No, you're not begging.
Because Christ is in us.
Yeah.
We're not beggars.
Yeah.
We're givers.
Yeah.
And that's the concept. We need to become givers.
Yeah.
And not about what we can get out of. It's what we can give. Am I right? I'm on a roll, bro. Hey, I'm telling you.
For God so loved the world that He gave. As He is in this world, so are you. So you're just like Him. You're not different. And He's seated in heavenly places, and so are you.
That's right.
He's a son, and so are you.
That's right.
He has full authority, so do you.
That's right. And that's the mind shift, is just getting to change the way we think. Honestly, it's this channel is going to do things for some people. I truly believe it. And
just also the way we speak. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So what are you thinking? Why don't you just think for greater things? And why don't you speak greater things? Because if power of life and death is in the tongue, then you've got to speak life. Surely we've got to speak life.
100%. And that's another thing we want to talk later on, is about life.
No, it's all about life.
Come on.
It's all about life.
Exactly.
Everything. He came to give us life. Everlasting, fullness, abundantly. Not just abundant, but more. Just much, much more. There's more to it than the coffee and the biscuits.
Come on. Exactly. We really need to experience this newness that's been around, that we think it's new. For me, it's new. Obviously been coming out of that background of the church background. This has been a real journey for me, finding out my true identity. Because we talk about identity in Christ. It's always spoke about, hey, you need to know your identity. But do we really know our identity? You know, this is because we like sort of told, this is
Yeah.
who you are. This is all you hear.
Yeah.
But you don't see it from this point of view where we're at right now. I'm not saying we're special,
Yeah.
but just seeing it from a different angle.
I think you, the identity is important, but we're not saying that. Look, church gives you a good foundation. Often you get a foundation,
Yeah.
and you built up there. But we don't want to get stuck. You know, you can go to church and you can get stuck. You can have a good foundation.
Yes.
Everything seems good, and then you can get stuck.
Yeah.
And what happens is people get stuck, and then they're almost afraid to be real.
Sure.
You know, so then they put on the masks and the faces, and you know, we're all good, my brother. We love you. You know, and but what's happening beneath that? Where's the deepness of God? You know, when the rug's pulled from under you, you know, where are you standing? Are you standing on the sand or the rock? Is it solid where you're standing? You know, He's the solid rock. So Christ is the solid rock, and there's something about a solid rock that is just solid. There's something about a solid glory, and there's solidness. You know, God's solid. You know, He's sovereign and He's solid, and and like God's gonna move people from being on a foundation of not solid to solid, where you'll know that it's God, where you'll start to experience God. I just see people are going to start to experience God more and more, and He's going to unravel a revelation inside you and upon you, and good things are going to start to happen. And as you just keep walking in life, everything in life is going to get better. And you know, little things like stress causes big time trouble in our lives. You know, people are so stressed out, but He's going to take stress away as you just tap into His glory. You know, you just got to tap into the glory. It's like, but it's already there. It's like you're already there because you're already seated. Yeah. It's not even a work to tap in. You know, we say tap into the glory like it's a work, but it's not, because He's already there. Yeah. You're already there. You're already seated.
We are the glory.
You are the glory. It's in you. Yeah. You know, Christ in you, the hope of glory. Yeah. And then they give me stuff. You know, I go, I said, don't take the glory from God. But you know, in John 17:22, He says, I've given them glory. So He gave you glory. You have glory. You know, realize your identity of who you are.
Correct.
You know, and you can only operate in fullness from who you are, out of who He is, and
Correct.
that you won.
That you won, yeah.
You won.
Exactly. I think you know, truly, the faith factor. You know,
Yeah.
this is the crux of everything. Faith. What is faith?
So, right. That's cool that you asked that question. So faith is, now we know Hebrews 11:1. Yeah. Now faith, you know, we know that. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. So we know that. You know, but, you know, in Hebrews 6, he says, you no longer have faith towards God, but now you have the faith of God.
Sure.
So now you receive Christ, so now you have His faith. So, you know, so what is faith now? How can I explain this? Under a covenant belief, you do, I do, you know, you want to see things get done in your life. And I think just in general, we want to see things get done in our life. But faith is the unseen. And too many people are so focused on the seen that they can't bring the realm of the unseen in. But faith is the unseen. So you've got to bring that in.
Yeah.
And let it manifest.
Yeah. No, 100%.
But always speak from the unseen. Because He's the unseen God.
That's right.
He's the unseen God.
I mean, to be honest, we believe in an unseen.
Yeah.
No matter what church environment you're in, accepting Jesus, is an unseen.
Yeah.
So what's the difference now of tackling things that are unseen?
Well,
you know, we want to see everything visual. We visualize everything. We want to see everything tangible.
Yeah.
But God's more than that.
He's more than that, because now it's unseen, but now you see me, you see the Father. So now you see me, so Christ in you, now you won. Now you look for glory in people. So you look through the eyes of His eyes, your eyes, same eyes. And that's the same eyes. So that lens of like, You know, God is good, and just loving people. But what does love look like? What does love
Sure.
look like? You know?
And that's exactly it.
What does love look like? Is love cool? Yeah, love's cool. Is it judgmental? You know, does it look at what you're doing wrong? What does love do? I mean, love is supposed to cover a multitude of sins. Love is supposed to, you know, love has no record of wrong.
Sure.
That's big. It's got no record. So Christ got no record of wrong. So often, you know, you go to places or whatever, and you, in your mind, you might have a record of wrong. But I did this wrong. I did that wrong. I did that wrong. But then, do you have love? If you have a record of wrong,
Yeah.
you're supposed to have no record of wrong. You know? So it's big, but that's a big topic.
That's a topic that actually needs to be spoken,
Yeah.
because, you know, people need to be set really free. Where you don't have all these pianos on your back and people just laying it thick on you. You know, you got to do this, you have to do that.
Yeah.
You know, you got to fast, and you know,
Yeah.
you got to do this, you got to, you know, it's done already. That's the thing, is we don't have to do all those things. It's crazy. It's such a freedom where
That's cool.
you don't worry about what's happening in your life.
Yeah.
You know, you know where you're at, and you know what was done at the cross,
Yeah.
and the freedom that we have.
But it's to live in that freedom. It's like, you know, you've got to live in the freedom. And living in that freedom is, you know, is believing. But what do you believe? You know, unto him as he believes.
That's it.
So we're not here to change anybody's belief system.
No.
But we'll just tell you the gospel from what we experience and how different it is from what we were brought up in and to what we're in now.
Yeah.
It's very different. The gospel looks different.
Yeah.
It's different from what we were taught to what we experience.
Definitely, it's definitely it's changed. I mean, personally, for me, there's a lot that's not right with what's the system of the
Yeah.
church. Don't get me wrong, we love the church, the people, the system that's attached to it. Where, you know, I honestly, personally, I know I'm probably going to get some flack for this, but there's more bondage because you're being reminded of what you're doing wrong.
Yeah.
So so you got like a thing around your neck. You know,
A yoke of
a
slavery.
yoke of slavery. Yeah. And this is real.
It's no yoke.
It's no yoke.
Yeah, like it's a yoke of slavery, man. Just, you know, it's time to get out and, like, you know, just be who you're meant to be. Be Christ. Because don't get scared when I say be Christ. You know, because that's who you are. Now I might have gone a bit too deep.
Well,
I think I got too deep.
Well, no, I think we
let's explain it. Let's
explain it.
Yeah,
Let's just go, bro.
So Christ, you know, if I say to you, if I ask any questions, most questions, I say, are you anointed? They say yes. So Christ means anointed. So are you anointed? Yes. So you're Christ. As he is, so are you. You know? You everything he is and you're nothing he's not. You're just full of him, like, you know. And love has no record of wrong. So just to get your mind in a place of, hey, you know, freedom, a place of freedom.
And even in the word it says you do greater things.
Yeah.
Are we seeing greater things?
Yeah.
This is it.
I think I can just feel in the spirit, I can feel like people are still harping on the cross thing. They're struggling with the cross thing. Don't struggle, man. You know, often I watch Dr. Phil, he asks, how's it working for you? How's it working for you? Yeah. Don't struggle. Don't struggle. It's not a struggle. It's, you know, just believe. Just believe. That's why he came. That's why he died. You know?
Just receive the fullness.
Yeah.
Who you are.
Yeah.
Your identity, who you are. You're seated in heavenly places. Ephesians 2, so you're seated in heavenly places, in heavenly realms. So we actually live from heaven. And this is the thing, it's trying to get the concept where we're not looking up to heaven. Where is heaven? That's another subject we'd love to talk about.
If I said to you the earth is round, here's the earth, where's heaven? Is it up, is it down, is it, where is it? Just something to think about, like where's heaven? And then Jesus often said, he said like, he sometimes said I go up to heaven, and he often said I go into heaven.
Yeah.
So you can go into heaven. So, so you can just be still and know that he is God, and you can be still and go into heaven. You can just go into that realm, which isn't a work, it isn't hard. And when you're there and you operate from that place, things come to you.
Yes.
Everything comes to you. It's not a work. Things come to you because everything comes to light and to glory and to everything. It's like attraction.
Yes.
That's the attraction of glory.
Yeah.
So everything comes to you.
100%. You're like a magnet.
Yeah, it's like a magnet.
Things just went.
Like you don't have to. No stress about, am I going to get a job? Is it going to all work out? Because we believe in the unseen God. And because you have faith in the unseen God. So even though you don't see that right now, that's how it's going to work. It's going to work.
It's going to work.
Yeah, it's going to work because that's belief, that's faith. That's how you have the faith of God.
That's it. So having the belief in the unseen so that it manifests into the seen.
Yeah.
And that's how we're supposed to perceive things. And so whatever it is that you desire today, believe and let it manifest.
Yeah, let it manifest. Just so there's some people, I don't know, someone's watching and there's sore necks and it's caused from stress, and God's going to take all stress away and things are going to get better. Might seem hard at first, but it's going to just get better with this oil of anointing oil, that just the glory oil, the realm of life, the realm of God is going to come into your life and set you free. And all the stiffness you've been in, not only in your neck, but in life, there's stiff places that I don't know who I'm talking to, but there's someone there I'm talking to. There's stiff places in life that you've been experiencing, and God's going to loosen it up, and it's going to be loosed for His glory, and it's going to be freedom in its looseness. It's going to be free, and you'll begin to see the glory. So keep on, be strong. God's with you. God's with you, man. No matter what, He's with you. And He digs you. He loves you. He digs you. He's a good God. Back up.
Awesome, man. Cool. Right. So I think we'll just tie it up.
Yeah.
And if you really like this channel and you want to hear more about the unseen and more about Heaven's Deep Abyss, hang with us. And you know what to do. Press the like button. Press whatever you need to do. You know what you got to do.
You got it.
Thanks, man.
Cheers.
Love. Much love.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.